I never imagined my quiet suburban life would turn me into the talk of the neighborhood, but sometimes fate has a way of thrusting you into battles you never saw coming. My name is James Carter, and for 3 years, I've lived in my dream home on Maplewood Lane, a peaceful street in a small American town. The house is my Pridea cozy ranch style with a modern kitchen, a home office for my consulting business, and a backyard oasis featuring a custom-built pool. That pool, with its heated water and color-changing LED lights, was the reward for years of late nights and weekend work. Every morning, I'd sip coffee and gaze at it, a symbol of my hard-earned success. But my peace was shattered by my neighbor, Margaret Hayes, a 55-year-old woman who lived next door with her husband, Tom. Margaret was the kind of person who'd measure your lawn with a ruler and leave notes about your mailbox placement. For 3 years, we'd coexisted with polite nods and minimal chatter. That all changed one June morning. While taking a break between client calls, I glanced out my office window and froze. Someone was swimming in my pool. At first, I thought I was seeing things. I grabbed my binoculars. Yes, I birdwatch, no judgment, and confirmed it. Margaret Hayes, in a neon green swimsuit, was doing laps like she owned the place. My instinct was to storm out and confront her, but something told me to hold back. This was too bold to be a one-time stunt. I watched as she swam for half an hour, dried off with my pool towel, and sauntered back to her house as if it were routine. I was floored. Who just decides their neighbor's pool is their personal gym? That evening, I checked my security cameras, a system I'd installed for peace of mind, and because I'm a bit of a tech nerd. The footage left me speechless. Margaret had been using my pool for weeks, always weekday mornings when she thought I was away. She had a whole ritual, slipping through a gap in our shared fence, inflating a garish unicorn float, and even stashing it in my shed. She'd rearrange my pool furniture, use my outdoor shower, and help herself to drinks from my mini fridge. The audacity peaked when I saw her muttering about my poor pool maintenance while shaking her head at a few stray leaves. She was critiquing my pool while trespassing. Fury kept me up all night. Confronting her directly risked her playing the victim, so I devised a plan. I researched property laws and trespassing statutes, determined to teach Margaret a lesson without stooping to her level. By morning, I had a strategy that would make her rethink her entitlement. I called in sick, a rare move, and set up in my office with a clear view of the backyard. At 9:45 a.m., Margaret's head popped over the fence, scanning my property like a seasoned thief. She waited 10 minutes, then slipped through the fence gap. She adjusted my umbrella, moved a chair, and even trimmed my flowers, landscaping my yard for her illicit swims. I waited until she was in the pool, sighing contentedly before acting. My pool's smart heating system, upgraded last year, could turn the water to hot tub levels via a phone app. I cranked it up. Within minutes, Margaret's relaxed strokes faltered. Her face twisted in confusion as the water turned from refreshing to scalding. She tried to keep swimming, but soon she was flailing, her skin reddening. "What in the world?" she yelped, scrambling out, slipping on the wet deck. I strolled out, coffee mug in hand, feigning shock. "Margaret, what are you doing in my pool? Are you okay? You're all red." "Caught red-handed," literally stammered. "James, thank goodness you're here. Something's wrong with your pool. The water got boiling hot. It's malfunctioning." I bit back a laugh. "Really? My system says it's fine. Why were you in my pool anyway?" Her eyes narrowed, but instead of apologizing, she doubled down. "I was checking on it for you, since you're away so much." "You're welcome." The nerve. "Margaret, my gate's locked. You climbed through a fence to check my pool by swimming in it." Silence. Then, her mask slipped. "How dare you?" she snapped. "People like you should be grateful to live here. This was a respectable neighborhood before it got so diverse." The words hung like a slap. "People like me?" I repeated, voice steady despite my anger. "What's that mean, Margaret?" She sneered. "You know what I mean. Maplewood Lane used to mean something." Her racism laid bare. I pressed. "So you've been stealing my pool because you think I don't belong here?" She backpedaled. "I never said that. I just meant neighbors share resources." "Share? You've been sneaking in like a thief, Margaret. That's not sharing. That's theft." She escalated, screaming, "Tom! Tom, help!" Her husband, Tom Hayes, a burly off-duty cop, burst out in his uniform. Margaret, now fainting dramatically, collapsed by the pool. Tom rushed to her, then glared at me. "What did you do to my wife?" She's faking, Tom. She was trespassing, got caught, and said some ugly things about people like me. I turned up the pool heat to get her out. Tom's hand twitched toward his belt. You set a trap? I adjusted my pool's temperature on my property. Margaret, waking conveniently, moaned. He tried to kill me, Tom. Tom lunged. I'm no fighter, but years of judo helped me sidestep and redirect his charge, sending him crashing into my chairs. Tom, stop. I don't want to fight. But he came again, swinging wildly. I restrained him in a bear hug, pleading, calm down. Margaret screamed, he's attacking a cop. Call 911. I seized the idea. Great plan, Margaret. Still holding Tom, I dialed 911, reporting the trespass and assault. Police arrived in minutes. I released Tom, hands up, and explained, I'm James Carter, the homeowner. I caught Margaret trespassing, and Tom attacked me. Sergeant Laura Brooks took charge, separating us. Margaret wailed about burns, but her red skin was clearly just heat flush. I offered my security footage. The videos showed Margaret's routine, my temperature adjustment, her racist tirade, and Tom's attack. Brooks' face hardened. Mrs. Hayes, this shows you trespassing and making discriminatory remarks. Mr. Hayes, you assaulted Mr. Carter without cause. Tom protested. She was hurt. But Brooks countered. She was trespassing and faked injury. Then, an officer found a camera in Margaret's bag filled with months of footage of my house, inside and out. She'd been stalking me, documenting my life to prove I was trouble. Worse, the camera held chat logs from Suburban Guardians, a group targeting minority homeowners. Margaret was a leader, sharing my routines and house layout to plan harassment. She'd even roped in city officials to delay my pool permits. The FBI was called. Margaret's group was linked to a nationwide network, with her as a local coordinator. Her pool stunt was meant to provoke me into a reaction she could twist. She'd also targeted a realtor, Michael Lee, for helping minority families buy homes. As Margaret was arrested for stalking, trespassing, and hate crimes, Tom, devastated, swore he knew nothing. He later divorced her and left town, apologizing to me with genuine remorse. Margaret got 8 years in federal prison. Her network's exposure led to arrests across states and fired officials. Maplewood Lane, ironically, became more diverse and welcoming. My pool turned into a community hub, hosting barbecues that united neighbors. Michael Lee wrote, thanking me for making our town a beacon for inclusivity. Property values soared, proving Margaret's fears wrong. Sitting by my pool now, watching kids play and neighbors laugh, I'm struck by the irony. Margaret's hatred meant to divide us only brought us closer. Justice prevailed, not through violence, but through truth and resilience. Her lesson? In America, everyone has the right to their home and their pool no matter their color. What do you think? Was I right to handle it this way? Or should I have confronted Margaret sooner? How would you deal with injustice or violence in your community? Share your thoughts in the comments side. Love to hear your perspective.